Jeep Grand Cherokee. Owner says there's a bit of a noise at the front, so we've got our chassis ears connected both sides of the front, just front only, and I haven't gone into that wee box there. Audio amplifier, and it's selected there. Left front is the blue channel 1 and right front is yellow number 2. So I'm going to take you for a wee ride along here and see if we can let you hear this. Okay. So I think that wee road test was pretty conclusive there. These are those what they're called chassis ears, and I was just using 2 channels. This one here can't take up to 6, so you have 6 inputs there, and that's your headphones going out. So all that is a wee selector, and is an amplifier, and you can adjust the volume to what is comfortable to your ears on the headphones. So you get this in a kit form. Now it can be quite expensive, this wee kit, and I will be doing a vid soon, in about a week's time, of showing you how to make one of these for yourself for a few pounds. So that's coming up, and I'll show you how these work, and you can use it in other applications for engine noises. You can connect it to your scope and stuff like that. But here we are, back on the car here. Now the traditional way of trying to find which one is your wheel burn noise is give this a spin. So that's dead on. This one here is 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, so this is quite tough to spin. Even with my 2 hands, I can't really get a good spin. It's not freewheeling, but we'll just give that a wee go and see if we can get any more conclusive evidence, because the last thing I want to do is change the wrong burn. Okay, here's the left front. Let's see if this is going to come up on the sound. So I can hear it. That's about as much as I can turn this. And this is the right. This is the right front. That's about as much as I can turn it. So it is slightly noisier than the left, but it's not a great big bit of difference. Okay, so from the evidence we got from our chassis ears in the test drive, we're going to go ahead and do this left front wheel burn here. So I'm just going to shoot a couple of wee things that you might run into if you do this yourself, any problems, difficulties. So we'll have the caliper removed, we have the brake pads out, carrier there, and we have the brake disc off. It was quite rusted on, but a few taps will hammer it come off all right. We'll have the ABS wire all disconnected because the new burn comes with the ABS. So this is held in with three bolts there. But first things first, we need to get this shaft, make sure this shaft is going to move in this hub. And just from an initial bit of a push there, it looks pretty jammed, so we'll continue on. Right, out the air hammer, see if it's going to move for us here. So it's going to be a bit loud. I've got earmuffs on and safety goggles on. Just let the compressor go there, so we're going to give it an early go, but it doesn't look good. Now, no movement at all. Right, we're on to plan B now. It's just about fits in this. Get it as square as I can. Stick all the bolts in because I can, because they fit. So what I'm going to use here is a bit of a hammer type mechanism. It's this thing here. So we're going to put CV grease on it, on the threads. That's a grease you should be using for all these type of things here. So screw in, it just stops. We'll give her a wee nip. Right, so give that a wee nip. There. One here. And here we go. Hopefully this works. Must have went down a bit. Right, we'll take that off and see if it's going to move. Right, that's it, removed. Let's see what's going to happen now. Nothing. Right, we'll give that another couple of whacks there, get feeler turning a bit, so I'll pull this off again. And what I'm going to do is give her a squirt of that stuff there. Hopefully that'll pull a bit of the rust out. Really tough to spin. So we'll use the nut, pull the shaft back out again. Try it again. So we have to do this 3 or 4 times. Yes, that'll move now. That is the ticket. So yeah, that was a bit of a bitch, that. So once she starts moving, you're like this. Pretty rusty, that nut as well. So there we go. Right, that wasn't the point of this video. The point of this video is how to get this hub off. So I see people putting slide hammers in these and doing all sorts of crack. Getting on here with the air hammer and trying to rotate it and stuff. But I'm going to show you my method. Okay, so the 3 bolts are removed that hold this hub on. That's in there. So they just come out, dead easy to take out. What were the 15 mil or something? 15 mil hacks on it. So there's a bit of angle there. It's bolted onto one of the studs with a spacer, and I have enough clearance. I've lifted the car a bit more, so I have enough clearance I can spin right around. So we can get her crack from this side, get her crack from that side. I'm not going to record the whole thing because the camera's on the road, but I'll give you a bit of an idea now. And a couple of cracks of this, a couple of good whacks, and hopefully that'll break the seal here. So this will loosen up. So you need to tighten this up every now and again. That actually is a brass or a copper maybe spacer. It's actually soft, so the nut actually bites into it. So you could use a bunch of ordinary metal washers, I guess. But I have a few of them that seem to work quite good for this. So here we go. Get her there. I'll get her around the other way. And we'll get her away from the other side. But I'll keep going to that. I need to get the camera out of the road. But I'll give it a few bladders and see how it goes. Right, so we've whacked that a few times and really get the air hammer in here and there and there and there, but we can't get it around here, so that's what this is for. So what we're going to do is create a bit of a gap there, as you can see. So we're going to get chisel in here. Hopefully we're racking the back plate too much. And every time I hit here, it's just going to push that back in again. So we'll just wobble her out, or walk her out, hopefully. So here we go again. think that's it, guys. So, yeah, bit of rattling about, but that's my method anyway. Makes it a lot easier on the air hammer on there and there. Where you can get the air hammer, you can't get the air hammer on this side, so that's what this. Piece the angle there into about, and you use that spacer there. You have to keep tightening that, so you can see it's put a bit of a bend on that, and that's where I've been whacking it. So, okay. Now, there wasn't any talking there because I had a mask on, I had a dust mask on for that aluminium dust there. You don't want to get that into you. So I'm just giving these splines a bit of a clear out, seeing that we had so much trouble with the shaft coming out. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward from here on in. We're going to put a bit of anti-seize around this face here, and the bolts that come out that go into the aluminium part. So we'll put a wee bit of anti-seize on there, not on the threads, on there. You put anti-seize in the threads, it can pull the threads on you, so you don't want to do that and stretch the threads. This new bearing didn't come with new bolts, it came with a new hub nut, but well, of course we'll use that, but we're going to have to reuse the bolts. And we squiddy balance run out. I've put that much juice on this job here, so I think I've more or less got most of them there, if not all of them. So I think I will do that. Give that a blast with this other stuff, which is higher pressure than the WD-40. So that's that stuff there. Don't know if you can get that out. A bit higher pressure in that tin. It's the same sort of lubrication sort of stuff. So okay, that'll do this for a minute. Right, this is our new bearing here. It's this make here, Blueprint, which is pretty respected make. It's not the OEM by any means, and that's the old one there with our aluminium and steel corrosion. So yeah, a new one comes with the ABS sensor on. I can lift it out of the box. It weighs quite substantial. So that's our new ABS wire, and there's our new bearing. Comes on that to protect the studs. Just another wee thing I'll do, the face of this hub is brave and rusty, and that disc took a wee bit of persuasion to get off, so we can see it all rusty inside the disc. We're going to reuse this disc. Ideally we should change both discs, but we don't want to go into that sort of expense, so we'll run the wire brush and the air gel around that, because the last thing we want is run off. If you get a wee bit of that rust there in between the new hub face and the disc, you get a wee bit of run off, and you could suffer a wee bit of vibration in the brake pedal. You don't want that. So we'll get this new hub fitted here. So a wee bit of copper grease there, anti-seize, whatever it is you have on here. It's just because the similar metals, the aluminium corrosion, sort of cold welds the steel. So aluminium on steel. So that's just a wee interface. Some people like to put a wee bit on there. I'll probably put a wee tiny wee smear, but not that much really. It's not really going to do an awful lot. So, but doubt whether we ever doing this again in this car. Incidentally, this car has 150,000 miles on it. 150. So, I think it's the guy's done okay out of that burn. So, we'll get this burn offered up into position, and remember to put the back plate on. So what I've done with the back plate, I've given the back plate a bit of a clean, not that much really, and anywhere where it get bent a wee bit with the air hammer, I've just put in the vise and smacked it out. So what we'll have to do, we'll have to put the wire into the hole first. And get that lined up for ourselves. So we'll get that lined up. So the wire's going through that cut out there. And get her offered up into position without chopping the wire up into there out of the road. So let's see if she's going to come onto the spines for us. It's still tight. Still tight in them spines even though I cleaned them. Might need more re-clean at the spines. Right, we'll give that another go. Clean the splines out a wee bit more and see how that fares. So get our wire through our back plate again. And offer up on the splines, which is as clean as I could get them, really. Get on a wee bit. So if I can get a bit of thread on here, we'll be able to pull that in and just turn our liner up. There we go. Right, we'll get a bolt in, a couple of bolts in, and go for that. Right, so that's our burn assembly on. Still a wee bit tight in the splines. Took it off again, gave them a good clean again with a wire brush. But what I did then was we just started the 3 bolts, and that's pushed her back and off. We'll get a couple of threads on that, and that'll pull it in the rest of the way. So these 3 bolts here, they're 115 Newton meters, and you want to bring them in nice and evenly. So we'll just do one here. I'll have the torque wrench ready. That's that one. So we'll go around the other 2 and we'll get that tightened up. Right, so for this cleaned up, disc on the new hub there, and caliper back on, and all that. So we get a new nut in with the burn, and we can catch enough threads. The driveshaft wasn't fully protruded because it was still a bit sticky, but it doesn't really matter. It'll pull in the rest of the way for us. So 135 Newton meters on that nut there. So I'll just show you another wee thing here. You got a screwdriver, stick it in the vent there, and it'll stop spinning on us. There we go. Onto the third wrench. Here, the right way. So that's it, just pulling the drive shaft in the rest of the way. And it's just starting to tighten up, that's good. So, give us a good swing here. That's it. Okay, 135. Doesn't seem that much for that, not, but that's what the spec is. Alright. That's the end of this one, guys. Hopefully some of those methods I used, you'll be able to maybe use them. Just showing you the end of the drive shaft there. That hammering device that I used did not damage that or mushroom it at all. So I haven't dressed that up. As you can see, it's still pretty cruddy from what it was before. And that didn't damage it at all. There's our new ABS sensor in place. You get new clips with that hub bearing there. It's clipped into place there, and up on the chassis and up onto the bodywork there. So I hope that helps somebody. Some of the methods that I used there, and those type of things. It works for me all the time, and yeah, you won't find any of that sort of stuff in a book. That's all from experience. But as I said earlier in the video, those wee chassis ears, that is a homemade one right there, and that's a bit of speaker wire. I'm going to show you how they work. I'm going to make a video. I haven't made it yet, but there'll be a video coming up maybe towards the end of the week with how to make those, how they work. I've already tested that on a scope. That works nearly as good, more or less as good as the bought ones. So you can make this thing up for less than a tenner if you go along with what I say, and if you've been following the channel, you'll see it's a bit another installment in a wee series that I've been doing. So if you want to get a notification of that video that's coming up, hit the wee bell, hit the wee subscribe button, and hit the wee bell there, and you'll get notified whenever that's coming up. So once again, many thanks for watching, and we'll get this big lady off the ramp and back to its owner. All the best. Bye bye.